Hi, I'm Aimee with What Makes Austin, and we are at the Blue Starlite Drive-In. Could you tell us who you are and how you're involved in the drive-in here?
Yes, my name is Josh Frank, and I invented and created the mini urban drive-in movie theater. The Blue Starlite idea is that it's the idea of reinventing the drive-in of old for a modern era time in which we all live in urban cities. So it's reinventing the drive-in for today, and the idea is to go smaller and more intimate and take the sort of boutique hotel idea and bring it to the drive-in, which is what we've done here.
That's fantastic. So how long have you guys been here, and what got you started on this whole idea?
We've been in business for about 5 or 6 months, and we can handle we start out with 6 cars because we had 6 drive-in speakers, and then I got 6 more drive-in speakers and we went to 12, and then I saved up and recently got an FM transmitter, which now makes it so we actually can have an unlimited number of people, but we're just limited by space. And it all came about because I love movies and I love sort of creating events, and sort of I'm very into like retro vintage stuff.
Right.
I had some vintage trailers that I converted into little shops a couple years ago in Austin, and so this kind of came from that idea of taking sort of vintage retro things and reimagining them.
So are you from Austin originally, or?
I'm one of, I was born in Austin.
Oh, so
I'm
an
one
original
of the original
Austinite.
Austinites, but I moved back to New York and went to college there at film school, actually at SUNY Purchase.
So this is perfect for you.
Yes, came back here. My main thing is writing. I've written a number of books, but it's a very lonely profession, and so doing this is sort of my way of sort of doing something Austin-y and something that involved being connected to other people.
It's very awesome. And have you gotten a good response to?
People love it.
Yeah, I mean,
it makes me so happy because when I, wave a car in, people smile, and when I put the little drive-in speaker in their window, they smile, and it's one of those few situations.
We just did it, and I could not stop giggling when I first came in. I was like, "This is fantastic!" It's definitely
it's one of those you don't get that a lot.
No, I mean,
right? Like
it's
from
totally.
people.
This was a surprise for me tonight, so I didn't know. And when we rolled up, I was like, "No way!" And I didn't know. Yeah. It's wonderful. So, what do you kind of see as the future of the drive-in here?
Well, obviously I want to franchise, and I want there to be one in every major city.
I support that wholeheartedly.
Not just in America, but all over the world. Because, well, truthfully, I mean, this is not a hard thing to do. I mean, just the hard part was sort of being like, people would love this. I'm going to make one. You know what I mean? That was, and then figuring out how. Like, there was a lot of technical things, like how do I connect drive-in speakers to a Blu-ray player? I had to basically create
all the tech stuff.
I had to create that, and that was fun. I loved doing that. But once that was done, it was sort of like it's just this unlimited opportunity, because you could put up a mini urban drive-in. By the way, I can't patent this, but I actually can. I did the research. I can circle C mini urban drive-in, so that is mine.
Oh, that's fun. There you go.
Mini urban drive-in is mine. Boutique drive-in, mine. Can't have it.
Heard it here first, guys.
So yeah, no. Basically, the idea of like being able to like sort of put one of these up in a parking lot with for 40 cars.
So how is the startup cost pretty? So if someone wanted to do this somewhere else, is it cost prohibitive to get it started, or?
No, that's the thing. You just have to kind of be very creative.
That is what makes Austin right there. Being creative and figuring it out.
You have to be creative and sort of. Basically, the thing is that what I wanted to do is I wanted to give that retro feel. I wanted to like give a hats off to the retro aspect and not just have it be movies in a car. So that was sort of my thing, was like I want to create the.
There are a lot of the having the car speaker in your car specifically. That's a really great touch, I think.
Yeah, people have shown movies in cities with people in their cars with FM, but having the drive-in speakers is very important to me for what a mini urban drive-in is to me.
Right.
So I have at least one row of real drive-in speakers.
And make some reservations and see if you guys can get to those. And I hear you're opening a new location as well.
Yeah, we're having a second location which will be open a couple days a week along with this one, a little closer in at 6th and Waller.
Okay. And what types of films do you show?
As long as it would make sense to show at a drive-in movie theater, we'll show it. It has to have some sort of, it either needs to be an old movie from the 50s, 60s, or 70s, like during the drive-in era, or a movie that just makes perfect sense to show at a drive-in that's newer. But we also are doing a whole series of new indie movies. We want to bring we want the drive-in to be like the new place where indie movies that have trouble being seen in movie theaters can have a home.
Oh, that's great.
So we're having a whole series of that.
So if somebody wants to find out all this information, is there a website? Where can they check you guys out?
We've just launched our final and the end-all definitive word in mini-urban drive-inism is www.austindrivein.com.
www.austindrivein.com. Well, I encourage you guys to check it out. It's an absolutely fun evening, something you're not going to do, on an average Saturday night, and it's great. So thanks for talking with us.
Thank you very much for coming.
Come on.
And these guys that are interviewing me, this is what they're doing for Valentine's Day.
Yes, this is our
thanks for sharing Valentine's at the drive-in.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks.
Absolutely.